All right, guys, let's open up the floor for Fox. James, we'll start with you.
Yeah, Fox, I know we talked about this last week when DeMontis had his breakout game and just squandering big games from players. I know you got to be happy about getting, matching your career high, but just how frustrating is it that it came in a loss?
I mean, it's frustrating to lose any game, but I mean, we had the lead in this game. They junked it up a little bit, and I mean, in the second half, they probably got to all the 50-50 balls, and they made winning plays.
Brendan?
Yeah, Darren, what do you feel like you guys needed to kind of do better in that second half? I know you touched on those 50-50 balls a little bit, but outside of that.
I mean, I think just when the game's kind of, when they're making their run, we just got to stop the bleeding, get into something that we know we're going to score on. And other than that, I think a lot of what it had to do was just us not getting to some of the rebounds or us. I mean, we've done this a couple times where we're getting deflections and just not coming up with it, and they're coming up with it and hitting a three or something like that. So just that. I mean, they almost shot 50%, about 40% from three. It's hard to win a game when we're giving up percentages like that.
Jason?
Darren, I'm curious about, kind of what you see being a factor in you taking your game to another level lately. And like one thing I wonder about, we've always seen great body control from you when you're in the air and finishing around the rim. Are you kind of learning maybe more to use that body control like on the floor as you penetrate and look for your spots?
Yeah, I mean, just things about, watching good players, being able to get into the paint and then slow down. I'm practice. I play basketball. I'm just playing better basketball right now. I think that's all it is. The approach hasn't been any different than normal.
Christos?
Hey, Darren, hope you're doing well. After games like this, after a performance like this, what's the last feeling for you? What's the last taste for you overall?
Say that again.
After games like this, after performances like this, and the loss against the Mavericks, what is the last taste? What's the last thing for you that you keep from that game?
I mean, just doing what we did to get that lead. We were out rebounding them. We were forcing turnovers. We were forcing bad shots. We did a lot of good things on the defensive end. I mean, we only gave up 51 points in the first half. That's a good half for any team defensively. So just looking back at that, and you want to continue to try to replicate that.
All right, James, we'll do the last question.
Yeah, De'Aaron, defensively, we're seeing you take a whole nother step. Is that something that, number one, you're looking to do? Is it something just a responsibility you're taking on? And then also, like, what are the early returns for you with you and Sabonis pairing, and how is that going in your mind? And is there some like future brightness that you see there?
I mean, like I said before, there are times where, I've asked for matchups, kind of just how the game's going. And then for the second one is, I mean, we're continuing to learn each other, continuing to learn each other's spots and stuff. And obviously it's a bit different because I hadn't played with, a post player like that who's, getting double teams on a consistent basis. So for myself and the rest of the team, it's really just learning how to cut, learning how to give him outlets when teams are coming. I mean, they came as soon as he touched the ball, they were right on top of him. So for myself and for everybody else, it's really just learning how to play with a guy like that who's even a willing passer when they're guarding him with one guy. But like I said, it's continuing to learn each other's spots and tendencies. But I mean, I think we've done an okay job so far. I think we have a good ways to go, and we just want to bring our team wins. I think that's the big goal for us.
Thanks, Fox.